Hey Maddie, this is your spreadsheet here. So I'm just going to press Alt F11 and try to get to your macro. So the name of your macro here is assign grade. So I'm going to close this and I'm going to come here to the letter grade. So this is the number, but in column C, that's where we want to show the letter grade. So if I type the equal sign and then, okay. Hey Maddie, so this is your file here. So I'm going to press Alt F11 and I'm noticing that you've got four modules in here. So let's just look at those. There's one. Okay, so module 3 we can definitely get rid of. Don't want to save it. Let's look at module 2. Looks like we can get rid of module 2. You're not going to need those. And so we've got module 1 and we've got module 2. Well, we only need one of those. So let's just see which one of those is. Looks like they are duplicates. I think that's true. Okay, so that's module 1. I'm just going to keep module 1 then. We'll get rid of module 4 and I'll just work with that. Okay, so here's your module 1 and let's make it a little bit larger. Okay, the first thing we want to do is look at this. So this is the name of your function. So the name of your function is going to be getGrade, G-R-A-D-E. And you're going to use it as a double integer, which is fine. And then the case score, and score is referring to this variable. So it's going to go through each time it's got a number, and this is what it means. It's going to loop through this. So the first case is less than 65, and it says the getGrade, so it's not going to know that. So we have to spell that properly. So if I put getGrade in there, case is less than 70, getGrade is a D, case else, this is probably going to need to get moved. When we have a kind of a catch-all sort of case, that should go at the end. So at the very end is where that guy's going to go. Let's make that look a little better. All right, so our spelling's proper. That all looks good. This looks good. And now we've got the function start and we have the function end, but we need to have an end select here as well. So we'll just type that, end select. And you can see it automatically capitalizes that. And let's go up here to debug and choose compile. And it looks like there is a problem. Okay, so doesn't like that. Case, where's that coming from? Sheet 1 code. Oh, so there's some sort of embedded code here. I don't even know what's happening with that. Okay, so let's see if we can, is it possible to remove that? I think I'm going to just delete that like that and choose debug and compile. This time it worked. Okay, so there's nothing in this guy. We only want to have a module. This should work because when we choose debug, well, yeah, we've already compiled it, so it's not going to let us do that. So let's close it, and then let's save this up here. Okay, save. And then when we come type equals get grade, now we see this here. And the way that we're going to use the get grade is to make it refer back to B2 since we're in row C2. And that's going to be an A. So let's not type everything in here. Let's just change this one to 19.9. And let's change this one to 69.9. And let's change this one to 79.9, 89.9, and then 99.9. And what happens if we make it 109? Right, because you can't have grades above 100 unless the professor says so. So let's see what happens if we get a negative in there. Okay, so the one thing we might want to do is we might want to change your function. So let's go back in here. Let me just show you this. So what it's doing is it's starting off with anything less than 65. So what we might want to do, and you don't need to do this, but we could come up here and say case is, whoops, type that, place is less than 0, and then we can say get grade equals error, no scores below 0, or something like that. Okay, and then let's compile, close, close, and then let's come back down here, delete this, let's type equals, get grade, we'll use this, oops, sorry about that, equals get grade, we'll click on this guy, close our parentheses, error, no scores below 0. Okay, so if you get a score of 100 or 10,010, let's just throw this in there all the way. And it looks like that's pretty good. Okay, so let's go back and just look at this module here. So this is going to be what it should look like when you're all done. So we're going to capture any of the scores below 0 because that would be weird. If you get a negative score, that's probably only going to happen if you have a mistake in the data entry. And usually grades can go above 100, but sometimes not. The professor didn't say that, so we want to be explicit, and we just want to say something else happened. Or we could even do this. We could say no grade higher than 100, something like that, and then compile it. And then close it. And then if we were to rerun this, no grades higher than 100. And there you have it. Let me know if that helps. Thanks.